Yes, here we are. Buenos dias. Me llamo Scott. We are here live Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Anyway, yes, we are live. For some reason, there's a lag time. Let me see here. And as I see it, nothing started on the computer. But today we're going to go over just a few things, but one of the things is very important, and that is, well, it's important for a lot of people here, and that is the marijuana situation. What's happening with the ganja. And we're going to talk about that, but there's a lot of news to talk about. I want to talk about something that I've been talking about lately, and that's about guys being stupid. Because I really don't understand how some men are as gullible as they are. And that's the nice way of putting it, gullible. They just tend to believe everything. And I think a better way to look at things is have your boundaries set and slowly, ever so slowly, let those boundaries come down, but always stay on guard a little bit, because if you've been here for a couple of days, you're really not gonna know someone all that well. You're not gonna know someone all that well after a couple of weeks. It's gonna take some time. Really. And I just don't know how much. And the thing is, I've been saying this for years. And some people listen, most people don't. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, because there's a couple of situations that I've seen lately. Yes, puff puff pass. Will you still be able to puff puff pass? I don't know. But we're going to go over that. We're going to go over the High Flyers Club. Seems like a lot of people have been joining that club lately. What else? Oh, about Mr. Thaksin. We're going to talk about him. Apparently, he is eligible to be completely off of his house arrest, or whatever arrest it is. Hospital arrest. He's eligible to be free as of the 18th of February. I mean, that's ridiculous. Seriously, when you think about it, the guy goes away, he's gone for 15 years because he doesn't want to face the music. Then he comes back and he has an 8-year sentence commuted to 1 year, and now he's basically done. What kind of punishment is that? And he spent most of the time in the hospital. I mean, I can sit here and think about, I can try to wrap my brain around, I never can. It just doesn't work for me. I don't believe in what, he's selling. What is this here? Oh yeah, nice crash. There's all kinds of little things happening in Thailand. We're going to talk about that. But right now, good morning, Mr. Carnivore. Good morning, Mr. Wixter, or Mr. Wixter, as they call it here in Thailand. Mr. Wixter. You, Mr. Wixter. 35.91 baht to the US dollar, which is pretty good. Like I said, anytime it's close to 36, I'm happy. And that's all you can hope for. 80 on the air quality index, which is moderate, which is, that's better than the usual 150 or whatever it might be. But it's still not good enough. And in fact, my wife just said to me, we got to get out of here. We got to move somewhere. Where are we going to go? And then she said, we need to just get outside of our comfort zone and move somewhere else. And I'm like, I've been saying that for years, So, and you know, the thing is we think about where we're going to live, and it's like, okay, if you live in Bangkok, you're still going to have all kinds of pollution. You're still going to have all kinds of traffic. You're still going to have to get around. Okay, I understand. Nothing's perfect. Um, you know, so where is better? We're going to live out on some island somewhere? I don't know, you know. That's another thing. Let me see here. Let me go down the line here. What is this? Lunar? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Today, by the way, is the year of the dragon. Chinese New Year. It's beginning of it. And there's a reason why I didn't, you know, I was at Chinatown, what was it, yesterday? A day before yesterday. Oh, that was yesterday. What am I talking about? I don't know why. I don't know where I am. But yesterday was the beginning of the Chinese New Year. And, you know, I thought about going down there. But, you know, the bottom line is I like some Chinese things, but I just don't like the Chinese government, man. I really don't like it at all. And I just thought, you know, we go down to Sanam Chai and Songwat. And, you know, these are areas that a lot of people don't go to and they don't get to see. And so I just thought it's better to go there. And then today, I'm at home, obviously, and there's a reason why I'm at home, and it's because I don't really want to walk around much. And I have not been to the gym in about a week and a half, and it's all because I can't stand on one leg. You know, I could probably work my upper body. I could probably do a few things, but I can't really walk correctly. I'm limping when I walk. And this is the kind of little injury. I thought it was going to go away. I thought, oh, it'll be gone in a couple of days. But it's not gone. All I can say is it's one of those nagging injuries. It hurts my whole foot. It hurts all the way up to the side of my calf. And it's not getting better. I mean, it slowly seems to be getting better, but, you know, if I just turn the wrong way, it's like, you know, I get those kind of feelings like, you know, I don't want to get up using my left foot to push myself to get up. I don't, you know, so I really have to be careful with it and wrap it and, you know, just keep an eye on it and hopefully things will get better. But, you know, I'm dying to go do something. I'm dying to go somewhere cool. I really want to walk around. I want to see things. I want to do things. And I just can't do them. I'm just not physically able right now, which bums me out. Anyway, I want to give a big thanks. Excuse me here. I want to give a big thanks, if I can get to it, to the people who helped me on YouTube. And also on Patreon. So what is this? Okay, so the members of my channel, that's who I want to really thank. I want to thank people such as John S., Mr. Dowlow, Carnivore Chronicles, Fidelity Quester, Propellerhead 2000, Chris Mark, Charles Akana, Andy Travels, Tom O'Connell, Vixter, Mr. Wixter, Beeson, Mr. Mitch, Tokyo Sam, Carlos Colucci, David Alexander, Stephen K, haven't heard from him in a while, Fire Dude, who usually pokes his face in every once in a while, John From, Suwan, Patia Bob, Mr. Allen, Tim Mays, Mindy Corcoran, Lee, Tony, Henry, LH, and of course, Mr. Jim Urardi. And then on the Patreon, thank you to Dimitri. And let's see here. Let's see if I can do this here. Dimitri and who else? Let's see here. Community settings. I need to find it first. It doesn't tell me. Audience. Okay, here we go. Mr. Ralph, Mr. C, Mr. Billy Ray Arnold, Mr. Alain Pafafli, Mr. Alain Pafafli. Thank you very much. And then everybody who just helps out, you know, with super chats and things like that. I appreciate it. So, thank you. But let's get started here, if I can. All right. First of all, as to do with the weed, the Justice Ministry has urged the Public Health Ministry to classify cannabis flower buds and extracts from the plant as a narcotic substance until a law regulating the use of cannabis is passed. And it's very funny that we're talking about this because this Tuesday, a draft bill to ban the recreational use of cannabis is on the table. Limiting cannabis for medical and health-related use was proposed by the government last month, effectively a U-turn from a landmark legislation that took effect in the middle of 2022. Under the previous administration, Thailand became the first country in Asia to decriminalize cannabis, enabling thousands of marijuana and weed-related shops to open, many of them in tourist and business districts. What do they care who's smoking it? As long as it's not kids. Okay, you want to get around kids buying stuff online? Well, then don't sell online. Don't allow it to be sold online. I don't know what else you can do. Most of the time, if some kid who's 14 years old comes into a place, if you look at the kid, you go, no, you can't buy. And, you know, you could just go, let me see your ID. Do you have ID? Yes. Okay, well, let me see. This is what really gets me is this sentence here. Using cannabis for fun is wrong. Health Minister Cholnan Srikaew was quoted to have said. Why is it wrong? I'm just curious. Why is drinking alcohol okay, but smoking weed or using cannabis for fun is wrong? People drink for fun. Where does this mentality come from? I mean, really, how do you have somebody that can look you straight in the eye and say, using alcohol is okay, using cannabis is not okay? You let people smoke cigarettes for fun. It's really bad for you. You let people drink alcohol, and some people drink to excess. It's really bad for them. So why is it then that using cannabis for fun is wrong? I mean, not everybody wants to smoke joint after joint after joint and get stoned off their gourd every single day. Some people, they just want to come home from work and puff a half a joint. I don't understand this mentality, and this really bothers me. Well, it's wrong. And I don't even smoke. But it's wrong. It's wrong, Daniel. It's wrong. Yeah, drunks are more likely to crash than some stoner. You know, I don't know. I would think that more people are apt to do stupid things when they're drunk than when they're stoned. I don't know about you guys, because I mean, you know, I've smoked my fair share in my lifetime. And really, the only thing it made me do is just be really mellow. I didn't want any problems. I didn't want to go out and start any kind of issue. And I certainly didn't want to do anything stupid. And I most certainly did not want to be violent. You know. So why would you go out and reverse this decision? It makes no sense to me. I think it's wrong. I mean, I'll just flat out say that. I think it's very wrong that they really put it on the table to make it medicinal only. The only unhealthy thing stoners do is lay around and eat. And, you know, sometimes they don't just eat. And I know that some marijuana makes you want to do things, because I know when I was younger, I used to smoke and I used to go train. I used to go work out, and it got me really motivated. So, you know, the thing is that alcohol is a drug, right? Tobacco is a drug. Weed is a drug. They're all drugs, and people like to do them. They like to, you know, people like to engage because it gets them away of the monotony. It gives them a little something different to do. All forms of drugs are used because people lack an alternative satisfaction in life. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of people who are very satisfied with their lives, and they smoke weed. They may even do some blow. I don't know. I mean, look at like Snoop Dogg. Look at who's the other guy? What's his name? Seth Rogen. This actor. Do they have terrible lives? I don't think so. Medicinal will still be easy. Will be easy to still attain cannabis. It will be accessible and likely drive down prices as supply will outpace demand. Yeah, I mean, you know, listen. I like the fact that if I really wanted to smoke a joint, I could go and buy one joint. I could buy a bag. I could buy whatever I want. I could grow it on the land that we have. I could do that. I like that option. And guess what? I don't have to go to jail because I decided I want to smoke a joint. Now, apparently there was a Coldplay concert not too long ago. I guess it was about 10, 12 days ago, something like that. The Coldplay concert, and people were complaining because it stank like weed. Well, guess what? In concerts, people like to smoke. What are you going to do? You're going to bring your little 11-year-old daughter to go see Coldplay? Okay, well, she's got to understand the ways of the world. I mean, you know, I don't think she should be smoking. I don't think somebody should be offering her a hit off a joint. I don't think that's acceptable. And, you know, I understand people don't want to smell it out in public. But guess what? Sometimes it happens. I've smelled it numerous times, and I'll go, sometimes I'll be like, what's that? Oh, it might be weed. Oh, I think it is weed. And then sometimes I'm like, damn. But, I mean, you're at a concert. You're at a concert. Why is it? It's so, oh my God. Why are people so freaked out by it? Now, I have to tell you another little thing that happened. I don't know, when was this? A couple days ago? I don't know if I can find it or not, but oh yeah, here it is right here. It was on February 9th, so it was only a couple days ago. A couple were believed to be having sex in the open on Jomtien Beach, located south of Pattaya. The foreigners' loud intimacy was caught on video and shared on Facebook by Mr. Dennis Kruntap. He wrote, "Is this normal for Pattaya?" The couple did not seem to care. Now, netizens have expressed shock and outrage over their behavior, calling for many of them to be arrested. Listen, I understand. You smell a little weed. You might see a couple of people banging on the beach. It doesn't make it right that they're banging out on the beach. Maybe you can see them, maybe you can't. That's, to me, that's a little bit too far. It's like, what's the matter? You can't just get a room? Okay, if you get caught in some you're walking in some area and it's a secluded beach, and there's really nobody around. I mean, I know that some of us probably have engaged in those activities. Now, personally, I can wait. I can wait until I get back to the hotel. But then again, some people can't, and some people just do stupid stuff. I mean, it is kind of stupid to go out on a beach with people everywhere and you decide, oh, we can't stop. We can't stop ourselves. I'm so horny. Ugh. Will cops go house to house taking plants if they make it illegal? I don't think so. I really don't think so. If you know about Thailand, good for them. I can't, LOL. Well, and as Carnivore Chronicles just brought up, sand and sex is not a good mix. You know, there's one rule: don't get sand in the, I'm not going to say that word, in the triangle. That that does not work. You know, I mean, listen, I understand maybe, you know, you're 18, 19 years old, you're with your girl, you can't hold back. Oh, baby, baby. But maybe what you should do is you should just get up with your Woody and you should walk on over to your hotel room and go knock it out. That way you don't have to worry about being filmed. But getting back to the marijuana, I think if you look at it like, you know, what is to gain from this? What is to gain from them backtracking and attempting to just say, oh, it's only, you're going to tell me they didn't know when they passed this law that it's medicinal and recreational? Of course they knew. They had to know. They are not that stupid. The people who put this into play, they absolutely knew. And now it's a different government. Oh, we don't want it here. It's dangerous. Yeah, well, so is drinking. So is walking out, going across some of the streets in Thailand. Sometimes just going across the street is dangerous. Now, I don't think you should be able to walk down the street and be smoking a spleef. Honestly, I don't, what's the law now? You can't smoke within like 20 feet of a building or inside the building. Unless there's whatever rules there are, you know. So why would they allow people to smoke weed outside just walking around? Okay, I get it. They're different. Weed and cigarettes are different. But you know, what kind of reparations are they going to give to all the people that said, "Oh, it's legal now. We're going to open up businesses. We're going to." Some people have put lots of money, millions of baht into marketing, and now they're going to go, "Oh, I guess we're going to have to switch gears and we're just going to have to change over to medicinal only." Should have never started the problem. It was driven by these businesses pay tax on the product. Yeah, and if you ever really want to watch something that tells you the stupidity of governments, listen, I have no respect anymore for, I would say, 99% of governments. I don't think I'm the smartest guy. Don't you know, think, oh, I think I'm above everybody, or that's not what I'm saying. But if you watch the movie Reefer Madness, this is the kind of trash that they used to pass off to people as legitimate information. So now it's like, wait a minute, let's look at this logically. We have marijuana, we have tobacco, and we have ganja. Now, also, on another subject, they have ganja, and let's not forget, gratam. Let's not forget about that. What are they going to do? They're going to say, oh, it's no longer legal. Has the pass, and when will they implement? No, it's on Tuesday. This Tuesday, they have a draft that is supposed to be looked at, and they're going to see if they want to pass it, if they want to make it medicinal only. Which to me is, you know, it's pretty stupid, but you know, it's nothing really out of the ordinary. It's just the usual stupid decision. Let me see here. What is this? Where is it? Is it right here? Yeah, right here. Yeah, it's going to seek the approval of the cabinet next week. That's on Tuesday of this coming week, so in 2 days. For a draft bill that will ban the recreational use of cannabis. And I just see this one sentence that the health minister said: using cannabis for fun is wrong. Well, that's debatable. I mean, he's a health minister. You would think that maybe he has experience in the health industry. I would hope so, but guess what? The last guy didn't. So even if he does, I would say chances are that this is just his opinion, and that there are far more dangerous drugs out there that are perfectly legal. It makes me sick to my stomach when I see it. When I hear this sentence, using cannabis for fun is wrong, I think to myself, listen, if I wanted to go out and smoke a doobie, right now I have the freedom to do that. I can go and do it. Nobody can tell me I can't. I can. I can come back to my house. I can sit with my feet up, light up a spleef. Oh, yeah, baby. I can do that. Now, if this law changes, I can't legally do that, unless I go and get a special card, and that's okay. Well, now we're going to pay the doctors to give us the card, and they're going to have to. So I think they're making more by selling it recreationally. I think they're making a huge amount of money, and I don't know why they are trying to roll this back, other than maybe they think that they can gain more voters, that the majority of people don't want it legalized. Curious, since you live out the tourist area, how many pot shops near your home? Yeah, I'm outside of the tourist area, and there's pot shops everywhere. I mean, there's one right down the street. It's huge. It's a big place. Just around the corner from that, there's another little place. And there's a place on the street as I drive down. This is Happy Land 2. If you go down Happy Land 2, there's 3 or 4 places that sell Gratom, and also they have little glass jars with buds of weed right out in the open. It's like a little kiosk. So they're selling it there. So if you want it, you go, and then it's not as expensive in some of the places. I know a place near where Jono lives. It's very close to where he lives. They're charging you 600-700 baht for a joint, or for like a joint and a half, something like that. Do I see Thais smoking weed? I have seen them smoking weed. I don't see most Thais walking around smoking joints, but I don't hang out with a lot of people, period, aside from my family and some of my friends. Yeah, I mean, so I'm not really around people doing that stuff. But I think it's the wrong move by the government. I think they're just too wishy-washy, and it's not going to help. It's going to hinder. I really think it's going to hinder things. They said they saw a sharp markup in the 18 and 19-year-olds starting to use marijuana. Yeah, but there's a lot more 18 and 19-year-olds that use alcohol, and even more than that. And I'm talking 50. I've seen kids 13, 14 that are smoking cigarettes. And yes, vaping. There is a lot of vaping going on, and I don't understand what the deal is with that. I don't even know, is it legal? Is it not legal? I've heard that it is legal. It's not illegal to vape, but there's some way that they can get you on it. I don't know exactly what it is, because I don't smoke, and I don't really care. Somebody wants to vape, let them vape. Just vape away from me. Don't vape next to me. That's all. Have a little respect. Don't blow the shit in my face. Hey, listen, I don't want to have to say this. I say this all the time, but do me a favor and smash the like button. There's not a huge number of viewers right now for whatever reason. Um, well, you say it's a serious crime, but it's really not. That's the whole thing. Let me see something here. Vaping has been prohibited since 2014, which means even if it's for personal use, authorities don't accept excuses. If caught, you could be in serious trouble. Now, this is on LinkedIn, but here's the thing. Let me see something here. It says it's been entirely banned. Okay, well, let me see this here. It says they're illegal. Okay. I thought that initially I thought they're illegal. And then when the Taiwanese woman got arrested and she was vaping, they didn't charge her with vaping. So they say you could be arrested or face jail time or a fine several times the value of the illegal item. This applies to foreigners and Thais. There have been recent incidents of foreign travelers who are unaware of the ban facing an on-the-spot fine or being arrested. It's for health reasons. It's been in place since 2014. Travelers coming to Thailand are advised not to bring any electronic cigarettes with them, nor any item or equipment associated with these cigarettes. Let me just try something else. Is vaping legal? Okay, the vapes cannot be imported. It's very controversial here. It says plenty of countries where vaping is permitted, including but not limited to Japan, Italy, China, South Korea. There are also some countries where the use of a vape is still legal, but restrictions and regulations need to be checked and verified, such as the United States. Nonetheless, you will find there are certain countries where vaping is illegal and banned, such as Thailand, where being caught will result in severe punishment. Thailand is a country that, despite having a strict judicial system, has a lenient attitude about a variety of laws that, like, not wearing underwear. That's, you technically have to wear underwear. That's the Thai law. People loosely follow, such as motorcycles, driving on sidewalks. However, when it comes to certain laws, such as vaping, it has been banned, and the law is known to be heavily enforced. Vape cannot be imported or sold, and any services related to vape cannot be provided. All right, so the fine is up to 600,000 baht, imprisonment up to 3 years. I really find that I think that they're a lot more lenient than people think. Despite these laws, you will find that a lot of people still vape in Thailand. However, when vaping, it takes place in more in private areas, blah, blah, blah. Just make sure a policeman is not watching you. At the same time, not too many people have gone to jail for long periods of time, but those caught will either have to bribe the police. Now, this is where it comes in. Or have to go to jail for a few days and actually pay the fine. Regardless, foreigners and this are placed under equal scrutiny in regards to the law, and whatever decision the court has made for you, it always ends up with the vape being confiscated. Yeah, okay. All right, so I think that answers the question. It is illegal. But they don't really enforce this law. That's the thing. And they've been told to crack down on it by the WHO. Monitor where e-cigarettes come from. How can we better understand who is using and why they're using it? Monitor the use, the sale, the situation, so that real action can be taken. Yeah, okay. So, that's another thing, but I don't know. I don't like vapes. To me, it's kind of like I hate to say this, but it reminds me of somebody sucking on a glass dick. It reminds me of somebody sucking on a. So I don't really think it's a great thing. And I don't know what's more harmful, what's less harmful. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know if it's more harmful. You know, I hear about the vape pens blowing up and all this kind of stuff. I don't really know, to be honest. But it does kind of beg the question, you know, like what's going to happen? I know they sell these vape pens in marijuana stores. They're selling them right in the store. I see them all the time. Why is this? And just how much is it going to benefit the public if you say, guess what? If you are arrested for using recreational marijuana, we can fine you up to 60,000 baht, blah, blah, blah. We can do this. We can. How is that going to help people? What's it going to do? I'd like to know. I want some input. How is it going to help? If you want to smoke weed, you're going to smoke weed regardless of what the law is. If I really wanted to smoke, I could go and get some. I could find it. I mean, you know, it's not a big deal. So what do you guys think? I think most of my viewers either don't really care about it, they want to see it legalized, or, you know, remain legalized, or they just don't care. I think that's kind of how most people on the channel feel. But I could be wrong. So maybe I need to put a little a poll out there and ask. So anyway, that's supposed to happen on Tuesday. And when he campaigned back in May 2023, he did say he wanted to crack down on the medicinal use. I don't know. Where are your keys? You tell me. Good to see you, Pierre. How's life? What's happening? Wow. Did you guys see about this? A crash that injured 13 Danish tourists in Mae Hong Son on the loop. Pa Phai, Mae Tang District, Chiang Mai. Injured 13 Danish, killed one French woman and another Dutch, and also the Thai driver. And then somebody had they must have been using their brain, and they said, this is Thailand. This is what happens. Why is it that the roads are so dangerous in Thailand? And, you know, I never used to care about the roads and everything, but now I'm like, man, you know, in some places down in Phuket and up there, there's, you know, from Mae Sot all the way up to Mae Hong Son, there are some just ridiculously dangerous roads. And there's nothing to stop you from going over the side and flying over and hitting something. You know, if you're going to crash, that's it. It says they were going 83 kilometers an hour. Wow. And, you know, that's the other thing. And this happens with motorcycles, taxi drivers. Not as much with taxi drivers, but motorcyclists and bus drivers, Songkhao drivers, Rotus, you know, the vans. These guys are always in a hurry. They got to make good time. I got to get there quickly. I don't want a guy who's all he worries about is how fast can I get to the destination. That's not what I want. I don't want that. I want a guy who drives the speed limit and he gets me there alive. You know, he's not on 58 Red Bulls. You know, maybe he smoked some yaba. I don't want any of these kind of guys. So maybe they need to test, and they need to, you know, really make it strict for people who are, if you're going to drive me, and I've been in a van where the guy was driving erratically. And one of the Thai people, I was sitting there thinking, man, I hope we live, you know. And then this Thai person said, you know, P, why do you have to drive so fast? And the guy, oh, no. He said something. You know, something to the effect of, you know, I want to get us there, you know, in good time or whatever. And the lady's like, I want to get there alive. And so somebody else said something, and the guy slowed down. But they were pissed. They weren't very happy about it. And this is exactly why. Because people die. All right. Now, I don't know if you know this, but Thaksin, who I just said is due to be released. Let me see here. February 18th. Yeah, this is his, I guess it's his sister. Oh no, her mother, his daughter. I'm sorry. She said he's going to be released on parole on February 18th. She seems to think he's going to be on the list of inmates that are available for parole, eligible for parole, and special parole. Special parole can be granted to inmates who are either over 70 who are suffering from critical illness or disability after they also have served 1/3 of their sentence. Now, what is interesting is that Thaksin is now being charged with defaming the monarchy back in 2015 while on a trip to Seoul, South Korea. So now, in addition to having to get out of jail, now he may be charged with defaming the monarchy. So someone is out to get him. Thaksin will be healed and healthy. No need to be going to the hospital anytime soon. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what they think they're doing with this guy. This is a pure example of the guy comes back and he gets a year. He's supposed to get 8 years. And he gets commuted down to a year. They're talking about, since the powers that be state with deep profundity how essential 112 is to the viability of Thailand, it will be interesting to see how they let Thaksin off the hook, even though it is clear he broke the lèse-majesté laws. Be prepared for the farcical spectacle to come soon. And this is the issue that I have. My thing is that it just looks like I have money, I don't go to jail. It's exactly what it looks like. Thaksin has a very impressive resume. I don't want to comment on it. I think he has an impressive resume, but I think there's some things that he's done that I don't think he should be let off for. I don't think he should be able to escape the loop. And, you know, let's face it, now he is an old man. Shit, I'm an old man. Or I'm getting there. Getting there very, very quickly. You know, I feel good, but I do feel my age. So this guy, you know, I mean, what is he, 74? 75? What are you going to do? You're gonna throw him in a dungeon? I mean, that's how I think. Because I'm like, have a little compassion. Even though I don't particularly like him. I don't particularly like him and how he treated foreigners back in the day. I don't really like that. But then, you know, this is a lot of the elite Thais have their own way of thinking, and, you know, they may feel a certain way about foreigners. And then on the inside, they may feel a different way. They won't let people know. But some people will open their mouths and will say whatever they want to say, which is, oh, the foreigners brought it. It's those filthy foreigners. That's why, even though I'm on YouTube, seriously, when I'm not on YouTube, first of all, I try to watch it when I'm on YouTube. I try to watch what I say. But if I'm outside, I don't want to get involved with any of these conversations. I don't care. Honestly, I don't care. And so, to be completely honest, now what I'm trying to do is figure out, like, what the hell am I going to do for the next, say, the remainder of my life. I still have my photos. They're being shown. I got them in, what is it? The New York art something. Let me see something here. I don't remember what the name of it is. New York art. What is New York art? What is it? It's a gallery, but it's in some of my photos are in the New York Art Gallery. And I have the other ones. So I'm like, okay, I have those. And then I'm like, why am I not going out just worrying about photos, and I'm doing YouTube, and, why am I doing this? And I just think, maybe because I don't feel like it. I don't know. And then I think, what's Thailand going to be like the next 10, 20 years? I like it here. I do like it here. It's a nice place. People come here and they like it. But for me, I'm looking at it more than just, Thailand is the exotic destination. Oh my God, it's so wonderful here. If you're used to being in the U.S. or, say, Australia or, Great Britain or wherever it may be, you're coming from Sweden or whatever, you're like, you want to get to a different place, you want to get to some place that's warm and it's welcoming and there's beautiful women. Let's face it, women are a reason why men come. Now, some stupid men come here just for the women, and they don't realize that the women are going to, how can we say this and be nice? That it's not in their best interest to get involved with some of these women. Now, some people are smart. They come, they have their fun. Boom, they go back home, and, things are fine. They just have to have a good time. There's nothing wrong with that. Why can't Thailand just remain that, and then they can be cool about things? The government could be cool about things, like, reversing the marijuana laws. Why do you want to do that? If worse comes to worse, what you do is you have a more high profile police department that is out walking around, and if you see a guy smoking a joint, or you see somebody doing something they shouldn't be out in front of their a business or something like that, they're puffing on a joint, you go, listen, buddy, you can't smoke here. Okay? Take it inside, take it wherever you want, but you cannot smoke outside. Okay. That would seem a little more in tune with what Thais are after. That's their mentality. They're not out to just get you right away. Most Thais don't really care. They're just living their life. So what is it about marijuana that is so detrimental to human beings that now that the government has legalized it, now they've changed tact and went, oh, no, only if you need it for medical purposes. Where did they come off with this kind of thinking? When you got alcohol and tobacco and kratom, I don't get it. Does anybody get it? And this is the thing about governments. They don't always have to be logical. Nothing has to make sense. They don't have to answer to anybody. They can do whatever they want. Oh, they have to answer to the voters. Okay, well, you have a limited number of people that you can vote for. And in Thailand, the voting system is much different than it is in the United States. I have no say here. And quite honestly, I'm glad. Because I don't want to have to research everything and look at it and see, oh, well, how do I want to put my, where am I going to put my vote? Anyway, let's see, when was this? Friday. 63-year-old Romanian tourist fell from a 7th-story hotel on Soi 5 in Pattaya. Suffered head injuries, dislocated limbs, and the victim's wife was present at the incident, visibly distraught by this tragic incident. She did not provide a statement to the press. Miss Somjai Bendin, a 54-year-old employee of the hotel, stated she was tending to her duties near the hotel pond when she heard a loud sound above her. Alarmed, she looked up to see the victim clinging to the railing of the 4th-floor balcony before losing his grip and plummeting to the ground below. Ms. Somchai immediately alerted the authorities. And then, of course, there have been a number of recent falls lately. 69-year-old British man, a Swedish guy, and then there was the idiot who dropped off the 29th floor with a parachute, and he went splat. That was his fault. Thailand should just go all the way and have a prohibition of everything. Well, I haven't heard anything about the releasing of the alcohol laws where they allow people to buy from 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock, which is, in my opinion, does absolutely nothing. It just doesn't do anything. So what's the point of it? Oh, I'll buy an extra bottle so I don't have to go to the store tomorrow. Now, what it does is it keeps people like me who don't drink very much. I'm out and about and it's, 2:20 and I'm like, oh, let me get my bottle of wine. Oh, sorry, it's closed right now. I can't do anything. So, that just irritates me to no end. And, some governments, they seem to be, how can I say this? They are your big brother. They are your big daddy. They know best and you don't. You're just stupid little people who don't know anything. And sometimes I feel that that's how it is in Thailand. I don't want the Thai government stipulating all kinds of what I can ingest, not ingest, what I can do. Listen, if somebody gave me a bunch of shots of fentanyl, I'd be like, no, don't do that, because I know about it. I don't think you should just be able to do anything. Of course not. But I don't know if these older people who are in charge, these people in the government, if they just don't get it. They need people to help them. They need people on their side. All right, so, that's, I could go on and on and on about this, but, for what's the point? And, that's kind of the I know it's the exact mentality. That's their mentality, And also, I wanted to talk about something, because the other day I did a video about the guy who he spent, I think it was over 3 million baht on his Thai girl. Now, he had only known this woman for a few weeks, hooked up with her. Oh, I need this much money. Can you get me this truck? We can have a business. You'll be making money for the rest of your life. And then the guy who's interviewing him, the same thing happens to him. He paid something like 120,000 baht plus like another 30,000 baht to get in and have the lease on this bar. He put a bunch of money into it. His money, all his money. And now he apparently he had a breakup with his girlfriend. And the girlfriend has said, well, you've got to pay me off. Why does he have to pay her off? Well, guess why? Because her name's on the title. Her name's on the deed. Her name's on whatever it is. Because he's not on it. How are you that stupid? Seriously. I get tired of all these guys coming back after the fact and they go, I'm in a bad situation now. Why didn't I know? You got the one guy, he's forking over hundreds of thousands of baht to this girl. He's an idiot. Why would you give this woman all this money and then, let me, I want to be sitting there. I want the paper in front of me. And guess what? Even that is not going to show. And, I would be like, listen, give me the paper. Okay. You got to be able to read it. It's going to be in Thai. So you better be able to read Thai. If you read it, or you have somebody that you trust help you and read it for you, then you sign it. Then you take some photos of everything you're signing so you have copies of everything. Then you ask, I need a copy of this, and you get a physical copy. Right? You want to get a car. Well, you got to have your name on the title. Why is it you think you can just come to Thailand and everything's going to be fine because your girl said so? Listen, I love my wife. I trust her. And, what I always think is, if you want to do something like that, do it with money that if you lose that money, it's not a big deal. If you don't have that money to where it's not a big deal, then don't do it. Or sign the paper and make sure the paper is legitimate. But then after the fact, you come back, I'm in a bad way. How about you be smart before? Some of these guys are 60, 70 years old. And they don't know? You don't know? Come on, get with the program. I thought for a while that people stopped writing me because they were getting smarter and starting to learn. And just because of the proliferation of the internet and how it reached into all aspects of life. I thought that these people will learn. Hey, they're going to learn. There's enough information on the internet to learn now. What to do and what not to do. I want to buy a house. Oh, really? So I'm going to buy this $300,000 house. But my name's not going to be on the title. Say what? My name can't be on the title? Well, guess what? That's all the money I have, and I don't want to lose it. So if my name's not on the title, I'm not buying. Simple. Yeah, but my girl and my... Wake up, man. I'm not the smartest guy around. I can tell you that. I do have a little bit of common sense, and I've been around the block once or twice. But I'm not the smartest guy around. But I can tell you this. If it doesn't say, hey, Scott, this is your house, this is your car, this is your bar, this is that. If it's not telling me it's mine, I don't want it. What am I going to fork over the money for? How smart do you have to be to realize this? Well, she said everything would be okay. COVID and... Well, guess what? Then you wait until COVID's over. This is the thing, the big thing that I've noticed where guys, they fall in love with some bar girl, where they get involved in a bad situation. What is the one thing that really stands out. What stands out is I have no time. There's no time. We have to get this now or it's going to be gone. Oh, if you don't pay me money, if you don't give me money to be out of the bar, well, I must stay in the bar. Okay, so? What's the problem with that? You've been, she, like I said, she's fine before she met you, she'll be fine afterwards. So what is it? Why are people so stupid? And really, that's what it is. It's stupidity. Hey, let me just, you know what? I'm going to buy her everything she wants so she'll be happy. Yeah, what about you? What about your happiness? If you've got $200,000, that's all the money you have. Are you going to give all that $200,000 to the girl so she's happy? Because that way you'll have a really happy relationship. That's not the way that it works. There has to be more than this. And I always say, take your time. There's no hurry. Somebody told me something a long time ago. It's probably 15, 20 years ago he told me this. He said, slowly, slowly. It doesn't have to be quickly. And I was like, what? He goes, you don't have to act quickly. Most of the time you act quickly, you're going to make mistakes. It's the same thing. This guy's got this girlfriend. I don't know what happened. She put the thing in her name. Oh, my bar's doing great. No, it's not your bar. It's hers. Now, hopefully, this is not all the money that he had, and but I mean, he's already asking for people for money. Hey, can you help me out? Can I get some help? Can I get an investor? Okay, well, that's fine. But why would you put everything in her name? What kind of thinking is that? Guys, like I keep saying, I'm not the most intelligent guy in the room, but I can tell you, hey, if it's not yours, you don't own it. You're forking your money over for her. How smart is that? My God. It's just stupid. You see this right here? Yeah, you see this? Girl comes up to you, she goes, you see this? I need some money. Can you give me 2,000 baht? He goes, oh, okay. He gives her the 2,000 baht, he has this. It doesn't work. This works. But he says, oh, well, now it doesn't work. But he already gave her the money. She's going to go, I don't know. Well, it's your responsibility to check it. Right? It's your responsibility. Hookah cafes are now outlawed in Thailand. Vaping not legal as they do not pay taxes, and hence healthcare system is being cheated. Oh, well, that kind of sucks. But, I'm not into the hookah thing. It's not I'm not into the whole smoking scene. It's just not something that I am into. Whether it's weed, tobacco, doesn't matter. But I see these stories going up. Guy comes to Thailand, he loses it all. Now, I don't have much. I mean, really, I don't have much. I got a good life, but, financially, I'm not like sitting on $500,000. It's funny because I looked at I searched my name, and I found this one site, and it says net worth of Scott Mallon, because Scott Mallon is an actor, because I've been in a couple of movies in my life. I mean, this is 20 years ago. It says 1 million to 5 million. I'm like, is it 5 million? Am I worth 5 million? I'm not worth anywhere near $1 million. I'm like, what? Where's this thing getting its idea? Where's it coming up with this? Oh my God, man. I see these people, they're losing it all. And sometimes you got to take a chance. Okay, I understand. You know, maybe it's a bit risky to get into business with this person. Yeah, okay. But, you know, like, if it looks like a duck, it walks like a duck, it is a duck. If it looks like a cheater, then it's a cheater. And now I see, you know, people have told me, oh yeah, Scott, there's people, they're making up stories about women so that they can do their little thing like you used to do, you know, with the chowderhead stories. I didn't make up any of those stories. Now maybe people have stopped sending it because they figure people are smarter than that. I don't know. So maybe that's why people are making up stories. But then there's also people that are doing interviews and getting into the story of some guy's life where, oh, you know, I used to be so good here. I've lost everything. Oh my God. What the hell's wrong with you? Come and spend the day with Scotty. I'll set you straight. I'll give you the reality. You know, the reality is, can you pay your rent? Do you have food? You're with your girlfriend. Why aren't you married? You're living together. Okay, now you're going to buy a bar. Why aren't you married? Oh, and why is your name not on the paper? Am I missing something? Because to me, it doesn't seem like you got to be all that smart to think of these things. I mean, is it me? Is it me? I'm just so smart that I pick all this up and nobody else does. It's easier after the fact to go, oh man, I screwed up. I lost everything. She took my money. It's not her. It's you. She was smart. She took advantage of an idiot foreigner. You know. I don't know what else to say about this. It's disturbing. It's quite disturbing because this happens over and over and over again, and I could probably look right now and find on YouTube 5 or 10 of these stories. And you may not hear the good stories. You know, I've been with my wife like 25 years. How many guys come out? You know, they've been married 40 years. They got good Thai wives. You don't usually hear about these guys because it's not interesting, and maybe they're not on YouTube and they're not letting their story out. They don't really care. Like, I don't really care. You know what I mean? Now listen. Not that many people in the chat today. Not that many people talking. I don't know if people are just listening. But I'm gonna just sit here and wait. I'll wait a minute or two and let's see if somebody has a comment to make. Because I'm kind of done with what I've said. I mean, you know, I could talk on more, but I'm curious to know what everybody thinks about this. You got a bunch of people in here. You got a bunch of people that have been come and gone in here. I'm just wondering, you know, from all the guys that watch this channel, how is it that some of these people are getting themselves in these situations? Am I just like I'm like a genius and everybody else is stupid? I don't think so. Anybody? Unbelievable, both Aussies. So what's up with that? Yeah, I don't know. No worries. It is what it is. Some guys come to Thailand and in love with the idea they will find paradise. That's definitely true. That's definitely true. Some guys, they come with this, and I'm not going to say I didn't either, but the thing is sometimes you look at Thailand as it is, and you see what a great place this is. It's so nice. The people are really nice, right? One of the things that I haven't done is gotten myself involved in business situations with Thais. Because the way that I think is, unless it's rock solid, I'm not going to get ripped off, I just won't do it. No, you can't have my money. So I don't know if this is an Aussie thing. I don't think it is. I think it just happens that they happen to be Aussie. They got into situations, and the one guy who had this bar, the second guy, the guy who was the interviewer, I think he's a little smarter than the first guy, but I don't think he really thought everything through. I mean, since I understand that people don't agree with marriage and you don't want to get married, you think, oh, what's the point of having that paper? Well, it is having the paper that makes the difference, you see, in many situations. You have the paper, you can both be doing things together, and legally there's some status, there's stature. We're married. Oh, that's my girlfriend. Which sounds like it's going to work in court? My wife and I, my girlfriend and I. I'm going to go with the wife. Now, what I would say is, I would trust my wife with anything. And if by chance she did something that would slight me, I would be extremely surprised, and then I would move on. But I think if you don't have that trust where you think 150% I can trust this person, and even then, you operate thinking, what happens if? Slow Sunday. I will say that. It is a very slow Sunday. Listen, I got to read this real quick. Lopburi locals asked the Prime Minister to address monkey issues. Wow, there's a girl. She's got some kind of like a water gun. She's a little girl. She's walking down the street. There's people walking around. There's monkeys everywhere. She's walking around with this water gun to squirt them in case they come close to her. Oh, it was an airsoft machine gun to avoid being attacked by monkeys, and a comparison shot of a monkey holding a toy gun at the edge of a fence. Ugh. So you see, now this has become such an issue that they're asking the Prime Minister to do something about it. If a monkey attacks a person, they are not responsible. However, if anyone hurts monkeys, they will face urgent charges of animal cruelty. Oh, is it Super Bowl today? Super Bowl Sunday near me, coming soon. When is Super Bowl Sunday? Oh, it's tomorrow. Oh, I see. Didn't even know that. It's what? The Chiefs? Oh my God, the Chiefs and the 49ers. And I have a couple of friends who, they are rabid Chiefs fans. They love the Chiefs. And I used to joke with him, and I used to go, "You're from Kansas City, Missouri? Misery? When you what is this? When you wake up at 6:30 a.m. I'm not waking up to watch the Super Bowl. I don't care. I don't care about it that much. You know? I mean, really. I just don't care. Somebody will tell me, or I get to watch some of it, and yeah, I like to watch a really good game once in a while, but it doesn't do anything for me. The only thing that does something for me are boxing and MMA, and unless if it's just some lower, I used to watch all the fights. I used to go to all the fights in LA, in Vegas. I used to go to all kinds of fights. I used to go out in Indio at the, Cabazon Band of Mission Indians. They used to bring all kinds of fights out there. And now I just don't really care. If it's a great fight, maybe I'll watch it. Maybe I won't. Just depends, But, I think that's the thing is now, I hate to say this, excuse me, but I'm getting a little bit older, and it just doesn't matter as much to me anymore. Why is it important? It's important to keep me entertained. Yeah, okay, whatever. I entertain myself. I'm already entertained. I entertain myself just by thinking, by reading a book. Here you go. This is a book. I read at least a couple pages every day. And I got all these books behind me. I've read every single one of these books. That's how I keep myself busy. I couldn't tell you. I know that, what's that guy's name? Is it Mahone for the Chiefs? Patrick Mahone? I think the quarterback. I think I know him. San Francisco, I got no idea about. The other day on Netflix, I watched The Last Dance about Michael Jordan and the Bulls. And that was pretty good. That kept me enthralled for a little while. Because now, I'm like, honestly, most of the time I'm sitting there on the couch with my foot up. I'm laying there. And, first I was, a couple days ago, I was in a kind of a little funky mood, kind of depressed because my ankle's swollen. I can't walk very well. So what am I going to do? But now I feel better. And although my ankle still hurts and I probably am not going to be able to do anything for the next couple of weeks, it'll get better to the point where I can do some things. But like even my wife was saying, you're not so young anymore. You might not be able to do some things you used to be able to do. And we were talking about how I went on the hike a couple of years ago with her in, thank you, Bees, and thank you very much. Appreciate it. We were talking about the hike I went on and how we went kayaking. And I said, I don't know if I could do that hike now. I don't know if I could go up to that mountain where I went and I was scared shitless, walking on the side of the mountain, going up to the top. I don't know if I could do that now, just because my ankle. And I hope it's going to heal. I don't know exactly what's going to happen with it. And if I go to the doctor, what's the doctor going to do? Oh, you need physical therapy. Okay. So, but I'm trying to come up with some things. And my wife, just this morning, she said, yeah, what about Greece? I said, well, what are you doing? Because she's very busy. She's always busy. And I'm a lot busier now than I have been, like in the last couple of months because I'm writing again. I'm writing a lot more. And, it takes up time. And then I'm reading. And so, think about it. I get up, I piddle around for like 3 hours. I don't do anything for like the first 3 hours of the day. I drink a coffee, walk around, maybe I stream, maybe I go out and stream. All right, I'm doing something. Then I write, and then I rest. Then I wake up, oh, maybe I should read some of this book. Oh, and I start reading, and I get caught up in reading, and I read for an hour or two. So now I'm thinking, what is exciting that I can do? And I'm looking at my videos and I'm going, can I do that? Can I do this? Can I do that? Can I do this? And some of them I can't do anymore. I was thinking about taking a train trip, but I don't know. Anyway, what do I know? It's a slow Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday, Chinese New Year weekend. Thank you, Beeson, very much. Choke D to you. Can I hit the little... Yeah, oh, good deal. I can hit a little... What is this? Buy your own super chat. Oh, no. I thought I could reply to that, but no. Anyway. So, I don't want to say too much about... we already talked about the weed and everything. Who knows what's going to happen with it. There's all these tourists that they're trying to open up the airplane doors. This guy was from Canada, this guy, but he was a Chinese-Canadian computer engineer. And for some reason he thought, I don't know, what did it say he was thinking here? I thought he said somebody was after him or something. Oh, he was afraid of the underground movement from Vietnam, which would destroy the plane. Therefore, he wanted to escape the plane. Yeah, okay. So when you're going to get on a plane now, they're going to have to check you to see if you are legally sound of mind. And then they have this thing about Miss Universe being a single mother. Okay, honey, I got news to tell you. There's what is single mothers now? It's like 60-70% are single mothers now. And that's another reason why I say, if you're an older guy, you're say 45, and your girl has a little 10-year-old and a little 7-year-old or something like that, you might want to think about, do you really want to get involved with her? If you're 65 or 70 and you got yourself a 45 or 50-year-old and her kids are all grown up, okay. Wow, I didn't know they cost 30 grand. So this freaking nitwit goes to the door, opens the door up, the slide comes out. Is he gonna be required to pay the $30K to pay that back? I don't know. But I mean, there's been several cases, and some of them were in Thailand, of people trying to open up doors. And if I'm sitting anywhere near a door and I see somebody going over to open the door, I'm going to punch them. What the hell are you doing, buddy? Oh, I'm trying to open the door. Bam! I hope I can put you out. Because I don't want anybody opening the door. If we're in flight, somebody goes to open the door, I'm not going to ask questions. And I actually said the other day, maybe now I need to start sitting by the exit door, so that if somebody tries to get to the door, maybe I can, hopefully I could do something and stop them. Because I don't want to be sucked out of the door. I could very easily say, what's happened to the world nowadays? What's going on? Why there are so many mental midgets? Why are these kind of, you happen to fall off the balcony. Okay, the balcony collapses. You jump, whatever it might be. You open up the door inside of a plane. Or you refuse to acknowledge that it's not your bar, it's not your car, it's not yours. Because you didn't sign anything. All it is you gave the money for it. So how stupid are you? Ask yourself that. The next time that some woman says to you, listen, we can get a bar. You give me the money and I'll run it for you, but I have to sign the paper and you don't worry about it. The next time somebody does that, come to me. Come to me first. Really. I'll set you straight. You can say what you want about me. I don't really care. It doesn't matter. I don't care what anybody thinks or says about me. I don't really care. But I can tell you one thing. I'm not the guy getting ripped off. And I'm not going to get ripped off. It's not going to happen. Sid, my cat. Where is my cat? Where is my cat? Can you bring him over here, Bo?
Sid, come here. Come, Sid. Come.
Well, get him over here. I want to pick him up. Sid. Meow, 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 meow. But at least we can see Sid for a couple minutes, and I'll just let him. I'll let him sit with me for a minute, and then I'll feel a lot better. Except he's not coming. Usually he comes.
Yeah, you probably are not here.
Well, pick him up and bring him over to me.
Mommy,
All right, let me see.
I don't want to go.
I don't want to. Don't play with me.
I don't want to go.
What?
I don't want to go. Come on. Come to mommy.
What's the matter? You don't like me? Or you want to go back to mommy?
Come on. Come back to mommy.
No, mommy wants him. That's what it is here.
What's that?
All right. Anyway, this has been a interesting stream. Whole lot of nothing going on. Thanks to the wonderful, what do we got now? 16 people? Why so low? I don't understand this. Maybe people are getting ready for the Super Bowl. I don't know what it is. What is this here? Oh, yeah. Here's another real quick, another little article. College student killed in Lot Krabang drive-by shooting. 17 years old these kids were. Two 17-year-olds were taken into custody because they killed one kid and they injured two other teenagers. And now, their lives are ruined. Very sad. And Lot Krabang Soy 50/2. So if you know anything about Bangkok, Lot Krabang. The injured youth were 16 years old. Very sad. I don't know. I think the best thing I could say is if you're going to do something, think before you act. Control yourself a little bit and think before you do something. Because what you do could ruin your life forever. Here's another one. This guy clearly didn't think. Pattaya Songtao driver brutally attacks competitor after argument over Chinese customers. For some reason, the Chinese always seem to be in the middle of it. Two Songtao drivers engaged in a heated argument on South Pattaya Road over who would transport Chinese tourists last weekend. The altercation resulted in one driver being hospitalized while the other is now facing legal consequences. 11:30 p.m. near the Grand Honey 3. They had a fight. One guy got beat up. The guy who beat him up said that he was being insulted in front of his wife. And, you know, I mean, like, I don't know. I don't get this stuff. So you insult me. See you later, pal. And my wife's standing there. My wife's going, all right, so this guy's a dick. They had a bitter argument. The woman insisted her husband did not steal customers from Mr. Pakapon, who is the guy who attacked him, and that the customers chose Mr. Pakapon's taxi by themselves. He had to undergo surgeries for his injury. Oof. And he's sitting there, he's got his face blurred out and everything. They're doing what they can to stop it, to stop him from bleeding. He's got all kinds of bandages on him and everything, so I don't know. Anyway, I guess that's all I have. Now everybody comes back. What do you want to talk about today? What are we going to talk about? We already talked about the weed, which it makes no difference to me, really. But I think it's pretty stupid to roll this back when you and then you're going to charge people money for using the stuff. And then you're going to close up all I just don't get it. You're going to close up all these businesses. Some of the businesses will stay open and sell medicinal stuff only. I don't know how do you come to this is what I mean. I'm in Wonderland right now. I don't understand any of this stuff. Why would you attack somebody because supposedly he stole your customers? Why would you close all these businesses down? Why would you not sign a paper that says this bar is yours, but yet you'd fork over the money? You would easily hand over the money. Oh, it's my bar now. No, it's not. It's not your bar. I don't understand about this stuff. How can you be that stupid? Does it take great intelligence to think about this? No. It takes common sense. And for some reason, when people come here, their common sense gets left behind. You know. Yeah, I'll do the 15-minute highlight reel myself. I just saw this. That's the thing. In fact, I'll do the 5-minute one or the 3-minute one. You know, they show me all the best parts and that's it. I'll tell you what. Yesterday I watched the Slap Fight 6. It's the slap fight thing, which, you know, I think you got to be a little crazy to do it. I wouldn't do it now. I might have done it when I was younger, but I wouldn't do it now. And, you know, they had some slap fights on. Well, I don't want to hear them talking about the slap. Listen, they're just two guys smacking the hell out of each other. So I don't want to listen to all this conversation. I don't want to hear what the guy has to say after the fact. Oh, well, you know, I've really been training hard. I got my slap down now. I really can do it. I hit him with a good shot and he couldn't take it. What else are they going to say? I just want to watch the smack, so that's what I did. I went through the whole video. I went through the whole video and just stopped right before they were going to smack each other. Did he knock him out? No. And then what's funny is in the main event, the guy who usually knocks people out, he got knocked out. So, anyway. Yeah. Thanks, Beeson. Remember to smash the thumbs up, if you would. Subscribe, join. You know, not all streams are as quality as this one. Oh my God, you know. I'm sorry I'm not out and about, you know, in some beautiful area of the country that you get to see. But maybe what I'll do is I'll take a grab somewhere on Tuesday and I'll go somewhere else where I don't have to walk around, though. I did find one place that you guys might like, but we'll see. I don't want to say anything about it until I do it. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it, and I guess I'm going to take off. Oh, yeah. it's a lot better than it was on that day, but it's one of these little injuries that, excuse me, it's, if I move the wrong way, then it's like I it's a lot of pain. I just have to be careful how I walk, and I can't really put all my weight on it. I'm limping, and I was like, today, where's my cane? Oh, here it is. I was using this cane because I had this for my hip. My buddy gave me it. And I thought, I'll use the cane. So I used the cane. Then the next day I thought, oh, I don't need to use the cane. And then I thought, yeah, I do need to use the cane. And now I'm like walking, and I can walk around and everything. But you know what? I probably still need it because it's all the way in the bones of my foot. So I don't know what's going on. But hopefully it'll get better, and I'll be able to walk around. Yeah, coffee's a drug too. Coffee is a drug. That's the thing. You got coffee, which nobody's going to stop coffee. Come on. Oh, we're going to make coffee illegal. Come on. Coffee, tobacco. You can't stop tobacco. They put a warning on the side of it. Okay. Alcohol. I think they have. Is there a warning on alcohol bottles? I don't know if there is or not. But there ought to be. Unless you're, some people, they can't help themselves or whatever, but if you're the kind of guy who goes, I'm just going to drink a bottle right now because I want to get wasted, well, then you need to know that when you get wasted, are you the kind of guy who's going to fall asleep on your sofa, or are you the kind of guy who's going to go out and go nuts? And then here you have weed, which, like I keep saying, it doesn't matter to me. Make it medicinal. Make it recreational. I don't care. Whatever you want to do. But I just think it's kind of stupid to roll it back. What's the point of that? What do you have to gain? If I wanted, I could grow a plant in my bathroom. I could have my own weed. I think Carlos, he has his own weed, and it's very good. From what he says, you can make your own. I don't have to rely on all these people. I'll do it myself. You do, you don't. Doesn't really matter. What does matter, though, is I don't think people should be getting thrown in jail for it. Don't throw them in jail. And don't fine them some outrageous amount. $2,000 or almost $2,000, that's ridiculous. Anyway, well, I'm going to put you guys out of your misery. That's the end of the stream. I got to go, man. Hopefully the next one's better than this one. We'll talk to you later.